Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Defenders Facebook Live. Before we get started, if you guys know any active duty or any veterans in the fitness community, make sure they go check out our Facebook group at Defenders Fitness Alliance. So with that being said, it's my honor and privilege to have a very special guest here this evening, Army veteran and the owner of Ferrovia Apparel, Tommy Williams. Tommy, welcome to the Facebook Live. Can you start off by telling us about your service and what you're up to nowadays?
So I started Ferrovia Apparel, about 3 years ago, 2015, while I was still active duty. So, I've had 3 years where I was able to kind of take my time with it and I guess make it I hate to say it, but it was a passion project, but I was able to lay the foundation to prepare myself for retirement from the military. And so that's what I'm doing. I was a combat engineer with the Army for 21 and a half years. Well, not combat engineer, I was equipment operator, but we did combat engineer stuff. But came out of the Army. I wanted to kind of give back and start a brand where we can help vets kind of deal with their PTSD or whatever they got going on, their mental health issues. Because face it, everybody nowadays has been in the Army. I've been in the Army ever since the global war, or way before the global war on terrorism started. And I was there in the invasion of Iraq and 5 tours, and got some of us old heads, bro. We definitely got a little screws loose upstairs, or we wouldn't have stayed in so long at this time. So it's just I wanted to kind of develop a lifestyle bring, I guess the lifestyle's always been there, but kind of bring it to light, active veterans. The reason I've talked to some of my buddies on my rugby team, they asked me what's the brand about, what's Ferrovia, and I told them, I said it's literally combating your PTSD through physical activity and things like that. And he looked at me and was like, yeah, bro, that's exactly why I'm out here playing rugby. So that's it, man. It's not just what you're doing in the gym. It's whatever you want, man. It's the active lifestyle to help you get through your hard times,
Well, for those of you guys watching, Jennifer Jersey, thank you for the like. Me and Tommy were talking before this, and I love the message that you guys are bringing out, man, and what you guys are standing out for. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of your biggest takeaway? I know you're right now currently technically still on terminal leave, correct?
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest takeaway from your time in service?
Man, I was talking to my family and my girlfriend, who's been a huge supporter, man, and I was telling her, it's just I'm lucky. I just feel like everybody is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to have a plan right now. And really, bro, I won't advise this for a lot of people getting out of the military. I got out, I didn't have a plan. I knew I was going to work with my brand. That was my plan. But take it one day at a time. I've had so many plans. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and for one reason or another, it fell through. And after a while, I was just like, you know what? Screw the planning. It's not. You can sit here and try to rely on your plans, and it may or may not work. So just seize the opportunities as they come, and if they don't work out, then they won't work out. Move on to the next thing, and don't stress about if it doesn't happen. I'm lucky. I had 5 months of terminal leave that I could kind of rely on and kind of get it figured out. But things are things are starting to come along and some opportunities are presenting themselves. And, you know, I'm just really lucky. I got a good support system that is there to help me out and let me lean on them to help me get through this. So,
Well, that's an excellent point too, Tommy. Is sometimes you know, we get so fixated with the plan and developing, you know, some sort of game plan of what we want to do when we get out, or anything in life, right? And we plan and never do anything to initiate or take action. And we'll commend you for taking action and you know, starting this apparel brand. So my next question: what's your best advice for those that are maybe wanting to serve, or those that are still serving right now?
you know, my advice for the guys that are still out there, man, just keep, like, take it day for day, man. The light's at the end of the tunnel. You know, there was a time where I was like seriously thinking about not retiring, you know, just go ahead and getting out and just taking the big easy and going to get the big paycheck overseas for contracting. And, you know, now it's so worth the wait. Anybody out there, it's like on the fence of getting out or staying in, my advice is to stay in, because you get out, you get a free pay, you know, you get a paycheck for the rest of your life. You know, it's may not be what, you know, it's half of what you're making now or whatever, but, you know, at least it's something, you know, you can fall back on. And the big key for that I'm doing right now is trying to live below my means, below my retirement paycheck. That way I don't have to depend on, you know, any external income coming through. Because if, you know, until I'm able to get this business established and running better, you know, where I can kind of get some profits from it. Because, you know, I've been at this for, 2018, so going on 3 years now, and I haven't made a dime off of it, man. It's literally just still trying to get my name out there. I only have 700 followers on Instagram, you know, but, you know, I don't pay for followers. I don't have the budget to you know, budget for you know, marketing on social media, pay for posts or, you know, ads or any of that. And honestly, I've tried a few here and there, and, you know, I really feel like I've wasted my money. But those 700 followers going on 800 now, you know, it's really, those are legit followers that I'm not going to lose anytime soon. That's 800 potential customers that I can draw from. So I just hope one day that they're able to relate to what we're trying to put out there, and you know, and kind of get into the lifestyle. So,
Well, excellent point, man. So you're currently in the transition. You started this business while you were still in the Army.
mm-hmm.
How has your time in the Army helped you with your current business right now as an apparel brand?
Oh man, you know, that's a good question. You know, the thing that I probably would be able to take away from the military and apply it is just overall operationals, you know, the operation about it. There's so much in that a lot of people kind of feel lost, I guess maybe I should say, when they get out of the Army. And let me know if I don't answer your question to this, but, you know, when people get out, they're like, you know, a lot of the brothers, they're like, and sisters, they're like, you know, the Army hasn't prepared me for civilian life. And I was talking to one of my brothers the other day, man. I was like, he told me, he was like, dude, this is bullshit. Like, the Army has prepared you for civilian life. Granted, you can't talk to civilians the way we talk to one another, but, you know, there's nothing different in day-to-day operations that we do and they do. They get up every morning. We get up every morning. They go to work just like we do. It's, you know, the Army's giving you the tools to, you know, to be successful in military life. You just got to figure out how to, and that's one of the things I'm trying to learn. You know, we're working on now with my girlfriend is how to take those skills that we learned and apply them to our civilian life, you know. And it's you know, it's, you know, just being able to know, like for me, the big one is resource. You know, where do I get my resources from? Like, how do I, you know, find, you know, where do I go get this certain brand of shirt, or where do I go to get Ranger panties? Like, hey, you know, and really just being proactive on shit, man. Like, that's the biggest thing that the Army, you know, I'm probably taking away is like, you got to be proactive. You can't just sit there and wait for shit to come to you, because it's not. You know, you're really going to have to step up and make shit happen on your own, because nobody's there to say, hey, get your butt out of bed at 6:30 in the morning, go to PT. You don't have to do that on your own. You know how to do it. You just got to apply it yourself, you know? So that's really a big one, is like, you got the tools, and everything applies. You just got to do it, you know?
Awesome, man. So you said you've been in for about your business since 2015. So you've been in for about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
What's been one of the worst moments that you've experienced with, you know, starting up this apparel brand? Like you said, you've pretty much been doing this on your own. You're not using the finances with marketing or anything like that. What's been the biggest challenge that you've had with the apparel brand?
Literally the biggest challenge would be, man, that's a good, I had an answer for this just the other day. Could have told you. The big challenge for me would be, literally believing in what I'm doing. You know, I was talking to, you know, like, there was a point where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to kind of, you know, it's easier to quit.
Right.
That's been the biggest challenge is, but then you know, I tell people about the brand and like what it's about, the message, and they're like, man, that's so awesome. You know, I totally believe in it. And, you know, it's guys like that kind of humble you, and you're like, yeah, dude, like, you know, I believe in your brand. You know, Travis Mash, I don't know if you know him. I saw him the other day. He was wearing one of my shirts, and it was like, that is awesome. Like, that fires me up. You know, Travis Mash, you know, one of the best weightlifting coaches in the nation, you know, is wearing your shirt. Like, that's big. And, you know, that's just a start, you know, and kind of getting back to what I learned. You know, you always think this is going to be the one, you know, like, I do a lot of, you know, I have some athletes that I sponsor, and, you know, it's, you know, wow, I lost my train of thought, dude. That was so friggin' profound too.
No, you hit it right on the head, man. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the one, you know. Like, I have this big weight, you know, Kane Wilkes, you know, like he's one of my athletes, and he, you know, and I was like, man, Kane Wilkes is wearing my shirt, you know, like, you know, I don't know if you know who he is, you know, he's a Olympic hopeful in weightlifting. And I was like, dude, but it's not always going to be, this is not going to be the one, you know. It's just a stepping stone to get you to where you want to be. And there's always going to be one step ahead, you know, another step, and the stairwell always goes up. So that's kind of what I was getting back at, man. But yeah.
So for any of you guys listening or watching this later on, Tommy hit it right on the head, man. There's going to be some times in any business, whether it be with the apparel or, you know, whatever you're doing, there's a lot of like tough roads. There's a lot of tough times that like a lot of people don't see, right? A lot of people don't talk about. So it's about enduring during those times and just getting through those times. And like you said, man, like, there's people out there that support your brand that you might not even know about, and might find inspiration with your message, with your brand. So you gotta keep that on your mind. Whether you know it or not, there might be some people out there that can relate to you and, you know, find motivation or something in relation to your brand. So,
Yeah.
hey man, I appreciate that, and just keep going, man.
Yeah, and it's your why, dude. Like you got to have your why, and that's one. The big thing I learned was that's kind of getting back to that is if you don't have a why, like if you don't have a reason for like nobody cares. Like if you don't have, you got to give them the reason to come to you and buy your shirt. Like what value are you giving them? Like me, I'm trying to brand a lifestyle, which I hate. It's another lifestyle brand, but it's just one I believe in. And I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. Especially those of us and the big thing is like I had somebody tell me, "Oh, well, it's your brand is just kind of about the fire breathers, like the A-type personalities, the go-getters in the gym." It's not that at all. It's the little guy, it's the weekend warrior that he needed a reason to to come and meet people, or I was talking to Kane Wilkes when I was telling him about the brand. He told me, he said, dude, I had a guy that, and this is the reason why he was able to relate. He said he had a athlete in his gym, and after about a month of this guy going to the gym, he was like, "Hey, he's like, you've given me new purpose, man." He said, "When I came in here, I was a functioning alcoholic and struggling with alcoholism, and you guys gave me a reason, you have helped me overcome defeat my alcoholism." And that's what the brand is about, man. It's not just PTSD. It's not just mental health. It's alcoholism, drug addiction, homelessness, anything. It's overcoming your biggest shit in your life to and it's not just veterans, it's civilians as well. So it's not that that's the bad thing about being a veteran, branding yourself as a veteran-owned business, but it's also is that civilians kind of, that's one of our biggest challenges also, is trying to get civilians to relate to the brand and realize it's not just about the veterans and soldiers, it's about them as well. So
Awesome message, man. So let's go over some tips or advice for maybe some of you guys are listening out there. Maybe they're wanting to start an apparel brand like what we're doing. What's your biggest advice for them?
oh man, I would say just do it. Don't it's like Nike, just don't. I mean, I'm sure like there was, for me, maybe it's different, maybe it was the same for you, maybe it was different, let me know. For me, it was just like one day I'm like, screw it, I'm doing it, and
Yeah,
made a credit card purchase. It's not going to be next month I'm going to do it. No, you just got to make it happen, man. You got to, once I made that $300, $400 credit card purchase and got that initial, 10, 20 shirts that I bought from, what is it? Custom Ink, or was that the Custom Ink or something? Yeah. I bought it from them. And after that, I was hooked, man. I opened up my store, got my shirts, and I was all in, bro, ever since. So just do it. So
guys, take that step forward, man. I mean, so many times people, like we were talking about earlier, they plan and never take action. Just take action and do it. And as far as for me, when you guys start your apparel brand, you got to find what you guys stand for. You're not just, you guys are not just selling clothes and apparel. You're selling a lifestyle that people would want to follow and be a part of. So just make sure you guys think about that too.
exactly. Yep. Exactly. And it's not going to happen overnight, man.
Right. Yeah.
It's not, unless you got a bunch of money laying around somewhere that you can, spend and do this big old, do all these promotions. But if you're just starting out new, like off of $300, I literally thought that I was going to open up my store, make an Instagram account, do a Shopify account and make a Facebook page, like people were going, the orders were going to come, and it was about, besides my friends supporting me, it was probably about 6 to 8 months before I got that one order from that person that you've never met. You know what I mean? I guess organic sale, and once that happens, man, you're doing something right. So you just got to take those small battles and build from that. And it's not going to happen overnight unless, I don't know, maybe some people it does. For me, if it did not. So,
hey, struggle breeds success, brother. Just keep going at it.
Exactly.
So next thing, what's one internet resource that one of our listeners or viewers can use to assist them? Maybe they want to start an apparel brand. What's one internet resource that you recommend?
Dang, dude. I knew nothing about business when I started this, and I literally Googled how to start a business. And the internet is your friend. And luckily, like I'd already done a little bit of research, and I knew I was going to go with Shopify. The good thing about Shopify is they have a lot of good blogs about how to really get your business set up. And that's one of the reasons why I've stayed with them, is because they always kind of push out these little nuggets of knowledge, like, hey, how do you set up a good store, or how do you increase traffic, and after a while you kind of learn like it's all the same. But take the time, teach yourself. YouTube, all my designs I've done myself. Besides my logo, I kind of outsourced that. But I've taught myself how to use Photoshop and Illustrator. I've taken LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys know that, but they have courses that you can take.
Right.
And I've done quite a few of those courses, to where just to kind of learn a lot of the fundamentals on designing and finances and budgeting for the business. Because, dude, when I started, I don't know how to budget. I don't even budget my own personal finances. So, and when it came time, I was like, oh shit, man. Like, one day I woke up and I was like, I don't have money. Like, so I was like, dude, you need to really hone in your budgeting skills for this business, or it's not gonna work out for you. So definitely LinkedIn and self-knowledge, teach yourself, read, the internet, all kinds of things, man. It's all out there.
Yeah, man. Excellent point. Guys, like Google, YouTube, they're your best friends. It's so easy nowadays to, if you really wanted to start whatever you want to do, whether that be with apparel or any type of business, you can do it. The hard part is maintaining and growing your business. So another thing that Tommy mentioned is Shopify. If you guys have any questions with Shopify, if you guys are watching this later on, just hit me up. Let me know. I also have Shopify with my apparel. So great points.
And it's a really great platform, man. Anybody that's starting out, as well as I do, man. It manages your inventory. It gives you so many, and it's completely integratable, if that is a word, with Google. And it's really easy. And that's the reason why I went with those guys, is just for the pure, like they're able to track my inventory and sales as it goes along. And it's even their like lowest tier of membership, or sponsor membership.
Yeah, it's like $33.
It's like $30 a month. Like, dude, you order your shirts. The easiest thing is apparel, man. Like, you order. I don't know how you do it, bro, but I maintain my inventory here at the house.
Yeah, I got some as well.
And all I got to do is keep my inventory clean, all the dog hair out of it, and my overhead is $30 a month, bro. Like, it's too easy. Like, if I don't make a sale that month, even if I make one sale, I've covered my overhead, which is $30. It's and where you really make your money is getting out there to these competitions, putting your face out there in the community, and telling those people how to, and then you get the opportunity to tell them where to find you on the internet, and then they start following you, and then after a while, you've got this devout customer that's going to be loyal to you. And they're not going to buy just Ferrovia apparel. They're not going to buy just Fortis Fidelis. They're going to buy other brands, but at least they're going to potentially be with you. I mean, they're going to buy probably your next shirt. I've got customers out there who's got one of everything.
Right.
I've got people out there that's only bought one thing. And it's fine. At the end of the day, you're after a while, 3 years in, I'm not making very much. I'm probably doing $200 to $300 in sales a month, but the first 6 to 8 months, how many sales I was making? 0. It was so. And the big key, the big key is getting out there, putting in the work, going to these events, shows, reaching out to, outside, national agencies like NSCA. We vended at, one of their national conferences. And from there, that was huge for us, just kind of always looking, for, like military strategy, like the high, unrecognizable avenues of approach, like kind of look at it as where's the enemy the weakest, and the enemy being your competition, and like where are they not at, and that's where you go. And none of my competitors was at the NSCA vending. They weren't there. They're at these little local meets. They won't even travel outside of North Carolina, but I go to North Carolina. We've been to South Carolina. We've been to Georgia, and dude, I will go all the way to Tennessee. I'll go to LA if I have to. But it's just trying to get to where you're, where your competition is not. That's one thing that I've learned from like Grunt Style is, I forget the dude's name. I suck with names.
Daniel.
Yeah. And, he's like all of a sudden he's in MMA, he's in golf, right. He's got his shit everywhere. And it's like, that's what I need to do. So where is Grunt Style not at, and where am I going to, kind of try to catch up to those guys? So, it's really just like looking for the opportunities, and they're kind of looking outside the box and getting there and seizing those opportunities. And I've noticed like every time I've done that, like I've hit that next 1 or 2 steps, that's getting me up there. So, I mean, right now, this past quarter, our sales have done better than, I think we just hit a record for our first quarter sales. And, we started small, so it's not, it's not a huge accomplishment, but, it's a record. So, we're steadily, it's a start, and you're steadily hitting these milestones, and milestone after milestone. You just got to keep looking at that 50-meter target and getting there. And you also got your 300 meters that you engage every once in a while, and it's an easy miss. Like if you miss a 300, who gives a shit? You're still going to qualify, right? So I don't know how it is with you guys, but you always got your 50-meter target, your 75-meter target, and just take it in manageable chunks, man. You don't want to grow too fast, because I don't know, like when Black Rifle, I think it was Black Rifle Coffee, they had their Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl advertisement. They weren't ready. Like their store was so flooded, and they were on Shopify. Their store was so flooded with traffic. Like their website got crashed.
Right.
And you just gotta good for them. I mean, they were able to respond, and they've by no means did it hurt them, but you just gotta you gotta be ready for that next step and be kind of always looking forward to, and like, hey, if this and this happens, will I be ready for it? What's going to happen if somebody does something, we take off tomorrow and the little bit of inventory I have gets sold out. Like, what's your contingency plan for that? So, just some kind of things to look at on that stuff.
Excellent points, man. So coming up to the last portion of Facebook interview here, going over the 5 fitness facts of Tommy. You ready?
Oh shit! Yeah, let's go.
All right, brother. First question: what's your favorite workout?
I got 2: Grace and Fight Gone Bad.
Oh, Fight Gone Bad.
Yeah,
Great choice.
That's one of my favorites, man. It's the one from that's the old school CrossFit workout. That everybody that was the one that was everybody did. I think on Memorial Day before Murph came along. And
it's a great team workout.
It is, yeah. It's a great, really awesome workout, man. And it teaches you a lot about the grind. So, and Grace is just a suck fest. Like, you just got to put up with it for 1 or 2 minutes, and you'll be good. So
yeah. All right, next question. What's your least favorite?
17.1.
17.1.
Yeah.
What was that?
The burpee box jump overs and dumbbell snatches.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were all horrible, so I don't.
not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. So, if you had to choose one person, who would you want to train with and why?
That would be. Oh man, it's a good question, man. Matt Frazier, just because he's the man right now. He's the man.
Dude's a beast.
I just want to see how I just want to shout out the title. See how I fare out.
All right, man. Next question. Recommend a book for our viewers and listeners to read.
I would say, I don't know, man. I'm not a big reader. I would go with The Art of War. Great, just for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Last one. Tell us your favorite quote and why.
Do or do not. There is no try. And just because it's Yoda, bro. I mean, Star Wars, you got to love that shit.
Awesome quote, man. All right, finally, Tommy, where can our members or viewers, where can they find you in social? Where can they reach you?
You can find us at, online, www.fairviaapparel.com. At Fairvia_apparel for Instagram, and Fairvia Athletic Apparel on Facebook, and that's FERROVIA. So,
awesome, man.
So,
and one last thing for me, what can I do to help you?
Wow, man. Just continue supporting each other, man. Like, that's one thing I tell a lot of my buddies, dude, is we got to take care of one another because nobody else is, and nobody knows how to take care of us like vets, man. And that's the thing about that's why I love your Facebook group and Vet Tribe. We are taking care of one another, and civilians, they don't get it like that. Like, we're so tight knit, man. It's unbelievable. So I really think that we as veteran entrepreneurs will it's taken off, but it's sky's the limit, bro. Like, I don't think it's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, it's, who knows?
We're gonna dominate, brother.
Yes, sir. Yep.
As long as we support one another, man, I appreciate it. Again, I'm here for you guys. And if you guys are out there listening, make sure you guys join the group, the Defenders Fitness Alliance group. And let's crush it, man. Let's cross the competition and support one another doing so.
I dig it, dude.
Tommy, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for your time, brother.
All right.
And like I said, I'm here if you need me, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you, man. You take it easy. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, guys. Take it easy.